Saying no is one of the hardest spiritual disciplines out there because it can often feel unloving. It often feels like I'm never going to get this opportunity again. If it passes me by, it will never come my way again. So I'm just going to sacrifice for this season. Hey, the final words of many Christians. I'm just going to get through this season. And then I'll slow down. And then 3 years later, that season now is long. It's a long season. Anyway. Theologically, we say that no is an act of stewardship. You only have so many hours in a day. You only have so many resources. And God calls us to manage our resources, to steward our time and our things well. If you're unable to say no, you are not stewarding creation. You are creation, by the way. When God gave us dominion over creation in the verse Genesis story, He was also talking about us and our calendars and our schedules. No is an act of stewardship. Sabbath? Isn't that the biggest no in the Bible? Work hard. Give yourself to your labor for 6 days a week. But on the seventh day, you will stop. You will rest. If you work on a Sunday, find another day. The Bible puts in practice at the very start of creation to stop. I wonder how many of us take Sabbath seriously. And then there's the biggest no you'll find in Scripture. It's the no that you find in the cross. Jesus chose not to take on the comfortability of life, but chose to take on the cross. And so we have to ask ourselves, are we willing to say no in our lives? No to busyness that drowns out prayer. No to resentment that kills joy. No to serving from emptiness instead of abundance. Every faithful, discerned no is an opportunity for God's new grace. I often like to think of it like this. I'm going to make a mess, so sorry for the front row. I like to often think there's only so much of us. I'm not going to throw it, I promise. We're so afraid to saying no that your family needs you, right? And so you pour yourself out for your family. And they keep needing you, and they keep needing you, and you keep pouring, and you just keep giving because there's so much of you to give, right? But the church we always need you. But church needs you, the minister needs you, and your friends need you because you're in community more. Say we're family, and so they need you, and so you pour yourself out, and all you keep going, and then there's nothing left. They've got lots. They've got more than enough. They've wasted you. And what do you have? Nothing. So you come to your retreat and we go, Lord, will you fill me up again? And then we ask ourselves, have we been faithful with what God has given us? Or have we just said yes and yes and yes? And so we pour ourselves out. One of the hardest disciplines we can have as Christians is to say no. I want to say this with great love. This isn't an excuse to not serve. This is not an excuse to not give. This is not an excuse not to help those who are in need. It's an invitation to discernment, to understand where God needs you the most. That's where God sends us, to where God needs us the most. This is a retreat. You didn't come here to listen to me talk the whole entire time. I'm going to invite you. Whoopsie, some people are going to get wet paper. Unlucky.